Bingo Blitz rules.
If your bingo has ads in it,
That's not a bingo.
if it doesn't have the coolest tournaments, mini games, and the most breathtaking design,
Nope, not a bingo.
if your bingo moment makes you feel so excited that you just want to burst in joy and scream out loud, bingo! Sorry, so you're playing...
Bingo Blitz? Now that's a bingo. Go for a world of excitement with Bingo Blitz, the #1 free bingo game. Download Bingo Blitz and play for free.
Now that's a bingo.
Want to shop Walmart Black Friday deals first? Walmart Plus members get early access to our hottest deals. Join now and get 50% off a 1-year annual membership. Shop Black Friday deals first with Walmart Plus. See terms at walmartplus.com.
Let's hang out. Let's hang out. And let's talk about what lesbians about. Let's hang out. And let's listen to two lesbians shout. Let's hang out. Let's hang out.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Lez Hang Out. I'm Ellie Brigida.
And I'm Leigh Holmes Foster, and here's what's happening this week.
This week in the Lesdom.
This week in the Lesdom is a place where we can touch base each episode about things going on with the podcast or otherwise. We want to remind you all that we still have some spots open for our Trova trip to Croatia in September. You can sign up at bit.ly/LesDrewCroatia. We have 3 more early bird spots left that are being subsidized by a very lovely patron of ours.
We also want to remind everyone in Season 6, we have special bonus episodes going up on our Patreon. So if you want to catch our latest episode, which just came out on Everything Everywhere All at Once, get all ready for the Oscars, or catch any of the other episodes that we've put up, you can find all of them at bit.ly/LesPatreon.
We are so excited because we have been nominated for a Queer Tea Award for Best Podcast, which is amazing. It's our second time being nominated. Crazy. And you can vote every single day until February 21st. So please make sure you're voting at bit.ly/LesVote. 1 vote every day to get us that win. Let's go.
Or more if you have like a phone and a computer, a second computer, an iPad, however many devices.
Fake server, whatever you gotta do.
Also want to remind everyone, our next trivia night is going to be coming up on February 16th. We're going to be doing L Word Generation Q trivia on all of the seasons so far. So if you want to start, maybe get some rewatches in, start getting ready now.
In the greater Les universe, The Last of Us episode 3 just came out this week and absolutely wrecked me. For sure.
Ellie is not the same. No longer the same person that she was before.
No. I was saying this to Leigh, we talk about gay shit every single week, and this was one of the best pieces of queer cinema I've ever seen in my entire life. And it was just a 45-minute episode. It was, I cannot state how incredible that episode was. Leigh, you have to watch it. I was crying so hard.
I'm impressed you're making it through zombies just in general.
Oh, I know. Jana was like, let's watch Last of Us. And so I was like, okay, sure. And I wasn't really expecting it to get this gay.
Yeah.
I will talk about it, but there's this scene, right, where one of them is stuck in a hole and he's like, oh, I don't know, the second he comes out of the hole and he looked at the other guy, I was like, wait, this is gay. And then I was like, no, am I should have been gaying this? You know what I mean? I was like,
yeah,
am I just overthinking this? And I was like, oh my God, this is gay. It was beautiful. It was so beautifully acted. I cannot say enough about it. But if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. It is gonna go down in history as one of the best pieces of queer cinema ever, I think.
Amazing.
So good.
Also in the Greater Les universe, some of you may have seen that one of the Jeopardy clues was about Kristen Arnett this last week, which is just, it's fun. It's always fun when you see, people pop up as Jeopardy clues. And if you haven't yet checked out our episode with Kristen, that was back in Should've Been Gay 69.
Hey.
Nice. Hey. That we did on Clueless. Great episode. Congrats to Kristen. Just, exciting all around. That's what's happening this week. Back to you, Ellie and Leigh.
Thanks, Ellie and Leigh, and welcome to our 99th installment of Should've Been Gay.
Oh, it was fun, it was great, but it should have been a little more gay.
in this week's episode, we'll run away together. We'll spend some time forever. We'll never feel bad
I'm just gonna let you keep going. This is the entire episode. Let's go.
Hip, hip. No one wanted to hit the hip hips with me? Come on.
Hip, hip.
There you go.
There you go. I got you. When that song
Come
came out,
on, a little bit of Weezer. Green Album was not my favorite, but
that was a real throwback. Like, I feel like that song is like, I sing covers in a band that like does not random songs, you know what I mean? But like does throwbacks, and like we don't sing that song. Like that's like a time capsule.
It is.
Do you know what I mean? But great. But maybe we'll add
listen,
it. Listen,
Weezer still slaps. I'm more of a Blue Album than a Green Album kind of gal, but it's still good.
I just know the top hits. I was not an album girl.
Oh,
Sorry.
I had like a big Weezer phase in like high school. Yeah.
I don't know what that means, but you would. All right.
It means I'm a nerd, Ellie. That's all it means. There's no deep message here. That's all.
That's all it is. All right. Well, we're not talking about Weezer today. We are talking about
not yet
Aquamarine, and we are joined by a very special guest, Kristin Murison. Kristin, welcome.
Hello.
Everyone's favorite mermaid here to talk about mermaids with us.
Mermaid Kristin Sparkle's back to talk about how gay mermaids are because
I mean,
really,
who else would we have on for this episode? Come on.
And for those of you who cannot see us, which is most of you, because you're listening
this is a
to
this,
and it's
for
podcast.
Everyone but the three of us.
I know how much you guys love visual gags on podcasts.
We
so
do.
I had to.
Kristin is
we
dressed
and
as a
everyone
full-on mermaid. Kristin, can you describe your outfit to the audience, please?
Yes. So I have on a shell necklace with lots and lots of shells and some starfish that obviously speak to me and tell me compliments all the time, as starfish do. I've got a starfish on my bracelet. I've got my silicone seashell bra, and I've got my tail. I've got a whole tail on, you guys. You can't see it, but just know.
In case anyone ever doubted Kristin's commitment to a bit.
As you know, we are recording after sunset, which means my legs are no longer available.
That is crazy. I don't know if I have never seen the bottom half of your body after sunset. Just saying.
Not even true. That can't be true.
That's also not true.
It's not true.
That's definitively not true. I have definitely seen your legs after sunset. But for all of you listening, who knows?
They can't prove it, so
who knows? We'll never be able to prove it. You live in a water tower, like that's it.
I might
Kristin
secretly
is calling
live
in from the water tower
on my shell phone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Amazing.
For any of you who, if this is your first episode ever of Lez Hang Out, that's the only reason why I would ever need to introduce Kristin. But Kristin is our production assistant, helps us with a million things for the podcast, and is also a freaking mermaid. If you didn't get that from the beginning,
moonlights, but as a professional mermaid.
Yes.
Get it?
Because you're
Moonlights as
always a mermaid if it's the moonlight is out.
Yes.
It's true. That's what I'm saying.
So happy to have you here. Let's dive in, because this movie, I was crying laughing at how great this movie is, so I cannot wait for this.
What? Yeah.
I can't believe I had forgotten how incredibly gay it was until I rewatched it. So
let's start, for anyone who's maybe not familiar with the movie, with our IMDb synopsis for the 2006 hit film Aquamarine is as follows. 2 teenage girls discover a mermaid in their beach club's swimming pool.
Okay.
I mean, that's true.
Okay.
True.
It's not
true.
No lies. 0 lies detected.
And
leaves
yet,
a little to be desired, though.
let's gay it up. Gotta gay it
Kristin,
up.
do you have a do you have a gay synopsis for us for Aquamarine?
So I'm just gonna do it off the cuff because I didn't write it down. But
great.
Okay, 2 teenage girls find a mermaid and fall in love with her while trying to get her with a guy that they thought they liked, but, compet, how it is. So they end up falling in love with the mermaid, and the mermaid, of course, learns the value of love because she loves them back. And
excellent.
yeah, so basically they prove to the god of the sea that love is real because of gays.
True story.
Yeah. I mean,
Ellie's just laughing at Jana every time now.
So my girlfriend's walking behind me, for those of you who still can't see
another visual gag for the podcast.
And we were just talking before this about how many clips on our Instagram just have her walking back and forth behind me. So I'm losing it. I'm sorry. Hi, Jana.
The star of the podcast.
Star of
hey,
the
Jana.
podcast. Jana. All right. There we go.
Okay. Ellie, what's your gay synopsis?
Okay. My gay synopsis is 2 lesbians who have no clue how to get a man because they have never wanted to or tried to completely misdirect a straight girl they have fallen in love with into how to flirt with a man, but their plan backfires, and for some reason their stupid suggestions work. And then they're like, shit, she really is in love with this man. But then we actually get a happy gay ending
alert.
Because Raymond doesn't love her, but her 2 lesbians love her, and her dad leaves because of lesbian love. That is wild.
I mean,
I know that was wrong, but like that is what happened.
To me, that was
That's
the most
exactly what
impressive
happened.
part, was that literally lesbian love, like, saved everyone. I mean, there was going to be like a horrible hurricane or something. Like, he was not okay.
Like, stopped a storm.
Yeah, lesbian love is powerful stuff.
That was crazy. Leigh, what's your gay synopsis?
Okay, my gay synopsis is, I think, kind of along the same lines. I said 2 baby gays accidentally throuple up with a mermaid and have to prove gay love is real when Comp Het fails to save her from an unfortunate marriage.
Yes. I know, I forgot about the marriage,
That's
too.
true.
She
Oh my gosh,
literally
you're right.
flees
She
because she
ran
does not
away.
want to marry a man.
She's like, not on my watch, daddy-o. Gonna grow some legs and get out of here. Yeah.
I also just like that
great,
to him,
great.
like to her dad, the only proof that love exists is gay love. Like, there is no proof that heterosexual love exists to her
Nope,
dad.
never heard of it.
He's never heard of it.
No.
Never heard of it. Okay, before we dive in, Kristin, tell us what is your experience? Obviously, it sounds like you'd seen it before. What's the backstory
it wasn't,
here?
I think because whenever it came out, it just wasn't like a big deal at the time, or maybe I wasn't the right age. Maybe I was like a little too much older by the time it came out. I did see it, but I didn't really think that much of it. Like, I didn't see it again. Like, I saw it when it came out, and then I never thought of it again. And then you guys mentioned it, and I watched it again last night, and I was like, oh my God, wait. It's actually really gay. Why did I not notice this before? Like, the last time I'd watched it, I didn't know I was gay. So, I mean, it's really quite different watching it when you are.
Those are always the best ones to go back to, though, you know?
I'm like, did this, like, this could have been part of my gay awakening. I didn't even know, like, subconsciously. You know, it was in there.
It was in there.
Mm-hmm.
I get it.
I know, you would think, being a mermaid, that I would have, like, that this would have been, like, a movie I was obsessed with, but I don't know.
It's okay. I mean, I personally enjoyed the film, but it's similar. I'll tell my experience. I'm like the same age as you, Kristin, right? Are we like a year apart or the same age?
You're a year younger or something.
Okay, but we're close to the same age. So same for me. I watched it.
Sorry, I can't hear you, youngin'.
Leigh, we watched the movie.
You watched the boobies? What?
We watched
There were
the
a lot of
talkies.
boobies. There were a lot of boobies in this.
There were a lot of boobies.
There were, honestly.
It was like a lot of talk about boobs. Like, it really was.
I wrote down every time they talked about boobs.
Yeah, like they were actually pretty obsessed with boobs. Which proves
like,
our point.
fair, valid.
But for me, same thing. I watched it maybe once or twice when I was younger. I can't remember watching it any more times than that. And in my rewatch, like, I kid you not, like, I was like, you know, I felt like, you know, like when you're like walking by like somebody who's like talking to themselves on the street and they're like cat laughing to themselves, and like that's what I was today watching Aquamarine.
Ellie bringing strong would have been committed to an institution in the 1800s vibes to this rewatch.
I felt crazed. Like, I was like, ah, like, this is gay. Like, I was freaking out at the end. Like, I would, if anyone was anywhere near me, they would have taken me in a straitjacket. Like, I thought this was wildly, hilariously gay, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. So I'm excited.
Okay, well, apparently I'm the only one who had never seen this. I am not even sure I'd ever heard of this movie. I have never seen a trailer for this movie. We get requests for it all the time, and that was all I knew, is that I know the name because we've gotten so many requests for it. So imagine my unhinged delight in viewing this movie for the first time, because I had no idea what to expect going in, and just wild.
Yeah.
What a joy of an
Plus,
experience.
like, watching it now after seeing Emma in like so many other like much like queer things, it's really
tiny
hard
baby
to read her as not
Emma
queer.
Roberts. Also a joy after having just seen What's Her Face on John Tucker Must Die.
Yes.
This was great. This was just great.
Is JoJo gay?
Oh my gosh, JoJo. Yeah, I don't know. I feel
wait, are
like
we going there now?
Gives gay. She's giving. Gay.
She reads so fucking gay to me.
Gay.
This character is so queer coded. It is crazy. Cecilia literally says, like, do you ever not wear boy clothes? She's in a polo and shorts every time you see her.
No, but not okay. Listen, I hate that I have to do this again, but it's not just the outfits, like just JoJo herself.
Oh, yes.
I know I have told the story before of my wife's college roommate who was like, yeah, I mean, of course I knew you were gay. Like, you have a gay face. Listen, I'm sorry, JoJo, but you got gay face, girl. Like, this is not on me, okay? Take it up with your gay face.
This is on genetics. Look, it's not.
This is on your fucking gay face. And also the fact that when you Google JoJo, and like one of the first songs that comes up is a song that she wrote, or I don't know if she wrote it, a song that she sang called "How to Touch a Girl."
No, you're kidding me.
And I was like, I'm sorry, what? And I watched the music video, and I get that the whole thing is ostensibly straight, but I'm sorry. Can I read you the chorus of this song? I know we're like on a wild tangent already. This is our gay rabbit hole. Join us down the lesbian rabbit hole, okay? So this is the chorus of the song "How to Touch a Girl." She is ostensibly supposed to be singing this to a man, but I do not buy it for a second. Here's how it goes. Do you know how to touch a girl? If you want me so much, first I have to know. Are you thoughtful and kind? Do you care what's on my mind? Or am I just for show? You'll go far in this world if you know how to touch a girl.
Yeah, that's gay.
Okay, but why does she know how to touch a girl?
Sweetie, honey, baby. Oh, like...
Has she run this method a couple times? Like, you have to test it before you sing a whole thing about it. So, like, you have to prove your theory on how to touch a girl. So obviously she must have tested it out first.
I mean, I'm sorry, but it's also just like some of the other hits from the lyrics in this for me. Bring me some flowers, conversation for hours to see if we really connect. This is not, there's nothing heterosexual is happening in this song, okay?
No. Also, how old were JoJo and Emma Roberts in this?
They they just looked so young.
I mean, they're supposed to be 12, so I will give it to them. Like, they are young looking.
Let's see. JoJo is also 32 years old. So
when did it come
1990s. So this came out in 2006. So she was probably like 15 when they filmed it, 15, 16.
Also,
JoJo also is from Massachusetts. Where is she from?
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, it says Foxborough, Massachusetts. Yes. That's what it says right here. And, that's fun.
Yeah, because she's around the same age as me, there were people who did theater with, like, that I did theater with who used to know her.
Wait, you know JoJo secretly?
I don't know her personally, but, like, I did theater with people who knew her and said she was a diva. But to be fair, I mean, if you're freaking
she's JoJo, of course she's a diva.
Of course you're a diva.
Yeah. She's allowed to be.
I'm sorry, you, like, blew up when you were, 12 years old? Of course you're going to be a diva in 8th grade.
How else are you going to act? You're not going to
like, are you going to be like, oh, I'm so humble? Like, no, you're not.
You're 12. Like, you're going to be a bitch about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you know, also, I'm just looking at these people in the cast, and, like, I think because they were just so much younger, I didn't realize, but, like, Tammin Sursok from Pretty Little Liars is in it.
Oh, my God. We clocked fucking everyone in that car. Are you kidding me?
I didn't
That
realize.
car pulls up, and I was like, because we're watching it. I'm watching it with Kelsey, and that car pulls up when they pull up outside of Ray's house, and I was like, wait a minute. Like, how do we know the girl who's driving? And then I was like, oh, like
John
we just
Tucker
saw her
must
and John Tucker must die. And I was like, but everywhere I look in that car got funnier and funnier because I was like, I'm sorry, that's fucking blind Jenna from Pretty Little Liars. And then in the backseat is Sierra from Dollhouse. And like, what is happening
I'm really
right now?
very
Like,
confused.
what is going on? I was like, everywhere I look just keeps getting better and more fun.
And queerer, because like Pretty Little Liars and Dollhouse are pretty queer.
Yes. And I'm like, anyways, this movie was so great. We're like way off the rails already. I'm gonna try to bring us back in. So if we want to talk about who should have been gay, Kristin, let's allow you to pick. Who would you like to start with? Because it is really like a grab bag of good choices.
Yeah, I
here.
mean, obviously I think all of them are gay, but I mean, should we start with the girls because we see them first? Like, should we start with Claire and Haley?
Which one?
I feel like
I
feel like it is good to do them together.
Like Claire and Haley first and then Aquamarine, because like that's the order that like the movie shows them in.
Okay, so hit us with, let's get started diving in. But okay. I'm just we're gonna keep it going. Keep it going. It's just endless rim shots in this episode. How Claire and Haley should have been gay. Top reasons. What do we got?
Well, I mean, have you seen Haley?
She got a gay face.
Have you seen what she's wearing? I mean, I don't know how she owns so many polos. Like, where is she shopping?
Dude, and not even before we get to the polos, they open on that scene of them on the beach, and she's wearing the little off-the-shoulder t-shirt, which, like, is not in and of itself inherently gay, but the way she's wearing it, it's not like a sexy, like, oh, here's my sexy come hither shoulder men. It's like, I don't even care, ladies. Here I am. Like, this is me. This is where I'm at. We're dressing for the girls and the gays, and that's it. Like,
she wears a one piece.
Yes.
Also, I'm sorry, but like, I just feel like if you are like, she wears a one piece and
if
jumps
she was trying to attract men, she would be behaving differently.
But do you know what I mean? That it's like, it's not like she's wearing a free, like the shirt off the shoulder in a femme way. She's wearing it in like a mask way.
She also wears jeans and jumps into the water in jeans and a
full
one piece.
Clothes, like full clothes.
In full clothes.
That is a lesbian. Like,
that's not a thing that like anyone would do.
And jump into the water. Like, they are fully covered. And they jump in. Like, they have scuba gear. Like, they do not show one speck of their skin. And that is fine. But, like, girl is gay.
I think the first thing that I noticed was so gay was, like, in that scene, the second the other girls show up, like Cecilia and them, the second they show up, the first thing they do is stare, like, ogle them. They ogle them so hardcore. Like, they stare at them, their jaws drop. They say, whoa. Literally, the first word out of her mouth is, whoa. And then, did
Cecilia,
they get bigger?
Yeah, Cecilia's untying her little wrap top.
Why do you care?
Like, what?
They're so invested.
Like,
they're so invested. They like cannot take their eyes, right? Because I love movies like this when they're like, oh my God, Raymond, giggle, giggle, giggle. He's so dreamy. Look at his shirt. Oh my gosh. And then a girl shows up and they're like, yeah, they like can't, they like immediately are just like, boop, 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 boop. Attention is now over here and does not waver. Like, forget Raymond. Raymond is a distant memory already. Like, Cecilia has shown up and untied her top, and they're just like, Raymond who?
Raymond who?
Yes.
I mean, Cecilia's boobs got bigger, so, I mean, to be fair, how were they supposed to focus on anything else?
There was nothing else to focus on but those boobs. I know this is maybe not in order, but I do feel like Raymond, their obsession with Raymond is gay, right? They're in 8th grade. He's a senior. Okay, so like, and he's like the hottest.
He's
guy,
unattainable, so
right?
like it's a safe crush to have.
Definition of unattainable.
I've had this exact crush.
Yes.
So have I. It's a very safe crush to have.
This is like, what are objectively attractive qualities in a man? Like, what does a man look like in the pages of these magazines that we research men in?
But this magazine told me that this is what men are, so therefore.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, can I tell you too what I love about this? So sorry, let's just dig deep on Leigh's past.
Yes, I'm here for
Yes.
So when I say I've had this crush, the one I'm specifically thinking about is like I used to have a basketball hoop in our driveway when I was in like middle school, right? Like middle school going into like high school. So I had a crush in like 7th, 8th grade on a kid, short kid who played basketball. And so because what I would be like out in the driveway, like, you know, just shooting hoops, whatever, being like, oh, like we both like basketball. So like clearly, and he was popular. All the girls had a crush on him. Like the ideal candidate for the like, this kid will never fucking notice me, has no fucking idea who I am. And I'm going to tell myself that I have a crush on him when really I'm like, but I can also shoot a basketball. Why aren't there more girls into me?
Like, but I have
right?
the same
like we have so much in common. I'm also very short, and so clearly we would hit it off, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that definitely. Can't you just picture Haley in like 3 years' time with that exact haircut, like Ray's exact haircut, being like, oh, I'm just gonna like rip my shirt off at the beach and like dive into the water to save you with my like hulking biceps. Like, I promise you that is where she is headed. Not even a question.
And he like definitely views them as like little sisters kind of thing. Like,
because they are literally 4 years younger than him.
They're like babies.
They are children.
So it is like actively very safe for them to view. Like they're like, there's no risk that they're ever going to have to actually be with a guy if they like this guy.
Yes.
Yeah. He's a great choice. Great choice. A+, unattainable, inconsequential crush to have. Well done, girls.
One note I have here is that when he, you know, like when he is stretching and flexing for Cecilia, he does that and they immediately scream like in horror. And I'm like, you know what? I also scream in horror when a shirtless man stretches and flexes his muscles as one does. Like,
sounds quite accurate.
Listen, this is giving me strong throwbacks to when we did the Sound of Music episode about whether Liesel's scream is a
excited
joyful
or
scream,
painful,
or a horror movie scream. Yeah, we can have similar conversations here, okay?
Yep. Also, the beginning of this whole thing too, right? Like, they've been obsessing over Raymond the entire summer, but they've barely talked to him, right? So
yeah,
they're like, they are constantly together. Even when they're like hiding under the umbrella, they're like super close.
They're very
like,
close.
You should not both be able to easily fit behind an umbrella and nobody sees you. Like that.
Well, they're very
I mean, that depends on what you're doing behind the umbrella.
Exactly.
Elliot.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you're not on a date,
yeah,
you shouldn't be like both.
They're always very close together.
There were a lot of really physical moments between the two of them that I was like, when they are having their slumber party.
Which one?
And when the lights go off.
Which one?
I could have sworn they just kind of lived together because I don't remember ever.
At one
seeing
point, at one point, Kelsey was like, "Do they sleep in the same bed every night, or
there's no proof that they
just
don't
this week?" Like
yes, they definitely do. But their slumber party, the one where the storm happens before Aquamarine shows up.
Yeah. Okay, sure.
when they're doing witchcraft,
yeah, and when that, they do a spell.
They do witchcraft as all little baby gays do at their slumber parties.
To stay together.
Sure.
Right? Their entire spell is like, please don't let us have to do a long distance relationship, please. And then that man comes in, and they are like intertwined. When the lightning flashes, their legs are together on a bed. And they're like, oh God, I can't believe you caught us. Like, that is gay.
Yeah.
That is gay.
Also, like, did anyone else notice that Haley's walls are like covered in posters of women?
Yeah. As someone who had similar looking walls in high school, I did notice that.
There are women all over her walls, and I just feel like she has all these like teen magazines and stuff, so you'd think she'd be pulling out like the pictures of all the men that they're staring at, but no, what the pictures that she's putting on her walls are only women.
They're inspirational, Kristin. This is who she wants to be when she grows up, okay?
Oh gosh, you would have like a Bend It Like Beckham poster on her wall.
I see that for her.
Listen, all I have to say to that is shut up, Ellie.
Oh, do you have a Bend It Like Beckham poster on your wall?
I had a huge Keira Knightley crush. Like, it absolutely had Bend It Like Beckham up on my walls in high school. Not even a question.
Or that poster that's like the kiss.
That kiss.
It's like the two girls.
Yeah, I had that one in college, not at home.
It was in college.
But in college.
I remember that one constantly being available at the college like sales at the little like bookstore.
I also still had a Keira Knightley up on my wall in college, but it was alongside the Kiss poster. Yeah, listen.
So now people knew why you had Keira Knightley on your wall.
For sure. Yeah.
Haley is such a little gay bee.
Haley's really giving like, she's in that stage where you're not sure, like, do I want to be like these women or do I want to be with these women? And that is a very difficult place to be.
Well, okay, listen, I'll give you one hint, because one of the first quotes I have written down in this movie is, so she's supposed to be moving. Her mom got a grant in Australia in marine biology. They're moving to Australia. That's sort of like the underlying premise of this movie here. They're moving to Australia. Haley is very upset. Why? Fuck Raymond. She just doesn't want to leave Claire. Right? We don't hear a single thing about like, oh my God, I'm going to move and never see Raymond again.
She could care
we
less.
do hear, quote, how about I live here with Claire till I'm 18?
Yep. I have that written
normal,
down
normal
well.
stuff.
Totally a normal thing to do.
And Haley also on the other side is like, how am I supposed to survive 8th grade without you? Like, she's literally like, how do I breathe without you? Like,
I want to know. Yeah.
Like, Jesus, these girls are so in love with each other.
I have another quote. I can't remember which one of them says it, but they say, you were totally, completely, and eternally
my best friend.
Yep.
Yeah, giving strong, and they were roommates vibes.
And they literally basically are, because they're always sharing a room. So,
yeah, because they live together. They have one bed, sure.
Like,
I mean, we never see. Do we ever see the other ones? I don't think we ever see another bedroom. Like, we never see the other bed. We don't have proof that they have two.
No.
I'm trying to think. I can't really.
I don't think we do
visualize multiple bedrooms in my head.
It's just the one.
It's just one.
They were just saving on sets, renting sets. It's just one bed, just one room, one bed. Make it easy.
They live together. They live on top of each other. Like, they are so in love. And because so I think I said they're in 8th grade, but they're in 7th grade going into 8th grade, which still, I feel like that is peak time to have this kind of a gay friendship.
Yes. One of those ones that's like way too homoerotic, but you like don't necessarily notice it yet.
Yes.
Yeah, you haven't caught on. You haven't quite noticed what's happening yet.
Yeah, neither of them know they're gay. Clearly, they do not know they're gay. But we know. Like, we know.
It's pretty obvious. Also, like, they have the cutest little nicknames, like the Clarity Cat, like their little nicknames for each other. They're always like speaking to each other. So cute.
She calls her Clarity Cat like 10 times.
Yeah. It's really adorable.
Then, as a heterosexual counterpoint, when Raymond calls Aquamarine Aqua, they're like, "Oh, he has a cute nickname for her." I'm like,
because nicknames are so special.
Nicknames mean something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's also discuss what I think obviously has to be one of the top gayest Haley and Claire things, which is that this whole thing, right? So, I feel like, just in case anyone hasn't seen this movie, Aquamarine, they meet a mermaid, and she's getting married off in 3 days.
To a squid or something.
It's
a man who's terrible, who she hates.
It's a merman. It's a merman.
But she doesn't like him.
She doesn't like him, and so she's like, if I can prove to my dad that love exists, because we don't have love where I'm from, then, like, I won't have to get married. And so the girls get enlisted to help her fall in love in 3 days, like a good lesbian should. And if they do, they get a wish. And here's what I love is that you have two girls where they're like, oh, here's these two girls. They're so straight and their whole life revolves around this boy. But also if they have a wish, the only thing they want to wish for is to not have to be separated from each other. No discussion of Ray, no discussion of boys, just like, do not take me away from Claire, the center of my entire universe.
No, not even for half a second did they question what their wish would be. Like, it is always for each other.
Zero discussion.
It's Ellie's
so gay.
Like crying over how
and
gay
they're like,
it is.
and it's so funny.
99 of these, and like this feels like almost one of the gayest ones. Like that's
it's one of the gayest.
It is.
And we haven't even gotten to Aqua yet.
We make things gay every 2 weeks, and somehow it's gayer than ever.
It's a lot in this movie, but I just love the way that the movie even handles it because they don't seem to question it at all. That they're just like, they're so into boys. They have such a huge crush. Oh my God, they love Ray so much. Oh, Squeal, they're so into his biceps. And then they're like,
no, they're not.
Wish. Obviously, I would wish to never leave you forever and eternally, my best friend Claire.
Well, the Raymond thread is so thin because also
it's so bad.
Number one, they don't wish for him. No. Number two, the second Aquamarine's like, oh, I want to be with Raymond. They're like, oh,
okay,
no.
fine, you can have
and then,
him.
Like 2 seconds later, they're like, fuck it.
Yeah, they're like, oh, they're so cute together. Like, you didn't want him at all.
They just give up so fast. Well, and that's the other thing that I love is like, even before Aquamarine gets there, they have this conversation at one point where they're like, oh, and then we're going to go to the last splash and one of us is going to dance with Raymond and then he'll fall in love and like, we'll be so happy that one of us got him that we won't even be jealous. Yeah, and I'm like, you can't even pretend to care about this man. Like, even when you're talking about the hypothetical, like, they try to do lip service to it where she's like, we won't even care who got him. Oh, I mean, I guess, like, unless you do, that wouldn't be okay. But it's, like, such an afterthought.
It is so not convincing, too, where she's
like,
he's
so forgettable to them.
I wish it was me. Like, you don't care.
Oh, no, darn Raymond.
Because I feel like he's safe for them, right? That they're like, we can be this close. We can have our legs intertwined with each other as we sleep together every night as long as
we have this crush.
We both have a crush. It's on the same dude and neither of us could fucking care less about that or him. Oh, someone else wants him. Guess we'll help her.
Like they're not even fighting over him at all. And they're not even really upset with Aqua for wanting him. Like they really don't mind.
They don't care. Like they make it so clear. They could give two shits about Raymond. That's the best part of this movie.
It's so funny. It's so funny. They don't even try. Like they make zero effort to even pretend.
They don't have like, you would think like if this was a straight movie, they would have like a scene where they're like really like grappling with the fact that they have to like
zero
get over Raymond. Like they don't.
There's
care.
like half a second where they're like, you know, this is a really big sacrifice for us, and then that's about it.
Yeah.
And then they're like, so anyways, let's get planning, okay? Okay, I need to move us along because we're going to be here all
night. Yeah, we haven't even added Aquamarine
No, I know, and I'm not ready to get to Aquamarine. I'm just trying to move us to more Haley and Claire stuff. I'm not done yet, okay? So listen, a couple other of their gayest moments. Okay, I have one quote when Aquamarine does something that Claire says something where she goes, "Can you make boobs come out of hiding?"
Oh my gosh, yeah, I remember that.
I was like, listen, I know how you're supposed to be saying it, but like, what are you telling
saying?
Quote?
Yeah, she's literally like, take your top off.
Yeah, yes. She's like, do you know how to make boobs come out of hiding? Can I see more boobs?
Can I
please?
see them? Yeah, do you know how to make boobs?
Can I see your boobs? Well, listen, one of them also for sure is checking her out when they find her naked in the
Well, they find her naked and straight up she like turns around and goes, "Isn't my butt cute? Like, isn't it cute?"
Yes.
And like, first of all, what are you doing?
They are for sure checking her out. Also, the fact because Haley takes her shirt off and gives it to Aquamarine, Claire for sure also gives her a once over when she takes her shirt off. And she's like, I don't care about the one piece. Like, I'm digging it. Anyways, they're 13 in this movie? Yeah. I'm just rolling with it.
Yes. It's fine. We're ignoring it.
It's totally fine. Also, Haley, I have so many quotes written down from these girls. Jesus. When Haley goes swimming with the dolphins and then she comes back.
And
did you write this quote down?
Literally so Oh my God. She was like, all I want is for you to be there with me, right?
She goes, it was the most incredible thing. It was something I wish I could have done with you. Not Ray.
No.
Not Ray, but she wishes Claire was there with her.
I also felt like when Haley was when she was talking about like how she hasn't experienced love yet, but she believes and she knows it's real because she's seen it. And I'm like, okay, so maybe you haven't experienced it yet because you've only been looking at it for men and you didn't like it. Just feels so much like she's right on the cusp of realizing.
You're so right. That whole conversation, I was just like, oh, sweetie,
she's so close to figuring it out.
You're like looking right around it, you know? You're like, it's weird how I haven't seen love with this like giant Claire, get out of the way. Get out of the way, Claire.
She's like, Claire, hold my hand so you don't drown. Here's what love is.
It's so much.
Let me tell that speech.
It's so much.
That speech was a speech that you would give at your wedding. Like that's the speech that Haley would give to Claire at their wedding.
Like she just thinks she hasn't experienced love yet.
It's the closest thing we have to magic. What are you talking about?
Like, girl, you have experienced love. You just didn't realize that you're like in love with your best friend.
Oh my God. Okay, wait. I have a couple more. When they have their fight, their breakup fight.
Oh, their little breakup fight.
That was
really
got to me.
That was rough.
So hard. I feel like every lesbian who had this kind of a friendship watches that scene, and you're just like,
my whole insides.
Oh, babies. Oh,
my insides were wrecked during that scene.
Yes, because it's harsh. Because like that's what it is. You're like watching their first couple fight, and it's rough. But
what was their breakup? Their breakup scene was about also like I feel like Haley was pulling away because she's like, damn, I really am gonna miss Claire.
Yeah.
So she was just like, if I just push you away, it won't hurt.
It won't hurt as much. Yeah.
Well, and also because because it's that whole thing where she's like, maybe we should wish for something else. Like maybe my mom really needs this and deserves this. Which, like, yes, Haley, correct, she does. Kelsey and I felt way too bad for the mom watching this movie.
You're like, when you relate to the mom, more
I actually
than the
did
children.
feel bad for the mom because I was
so
like, wait.
much did I relate to the mom because we were like, Jesus Christ, like. You're moving to fucking Australia. Like, you got divorced. Mm-hmm. You finally got a grant that, like, you've been working for your whole life. You're packing up single-handedly a whole fucking house to move to Australia, and your 13-year-old just keeps unpacking your boxes. And we're like, dude. Like, what a little shit. But she's finding herself. I get it. It's hard. It's angsty.
Going through a tough gay phase, yeah.
We've all been there. But when she's talking about, like, maybe we should use the wish for something else, and Claire goes, like, what? Like a new best friend? And I'm like, totally normal, straight response to that concept.
Like a new girlfriend to materialize in the ocean.
Yeah. She's like, what, you want someone else to sleep with every night? Is that what you're saying? You want to go to Australia and find some hot girl whose boobs will come out of hiding and sleep with you every night? Is that what you're telling me, Haley? And you're like, totally normal, straight feelings you're having right now, Claire. Very, very heterosexual and par for the course.
And
for
that's not how everyone
age.
reacts. I could have.
Yeah, normal stuff.
I also feel like they make up really quickly after that fight.
They made up in like 5 seconds. Like, I literally wrote, oh no, friend breakup, and then I wrote, never mind. Because, like, they didn't.
Because that's literally what happened. They're like, oh, okay.
They were like, hey,
so
hey,
real.
you, rah, 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 and then 5 seconds later, they're like, never mind.
They forget everything.
Well, and not only Nevermind, but they go from Nevermind so fast to the pier
to, like,
sequence
I will
at the end.
Risk my life with you.
Yes, and I just need to talk about the pier sequence because I just love, again, when movies, like, so don't seem to see what they're doing. And I'm like, you have a scene where you're like, here are the lovers meeting Aqua and Ray up on the pier, walking together, heart to heart. And then they frame it where, like, directly mirrored beneath them, underneath the pier, are
our lovers walking
together.
hand in hand.
Yes. And they're like, look, you have this pair up here and this pair down here, and everything is normal. And I'm like, yeah.
Sure. That's normal.
Sure. Totally normal. And I'm going to end my Haley and Claire analysis there because I can't talk about the end of the movie until we do our whole discussion on Aqua just in a general
All right.
Okay,
sense.
so I will not talk about it either then.
I feel like you can't talk about Aqua at the end without talking about Aqua
in general. Yeah, probably not.
So can we just kick us off on Aqua, Kristin, as our resident mermaid
All right,
expert.
so the mermaid shows up. And you know what? I also think I would expose myself to humanity for gummy worms. So, valid of her. Absolutely, totally with her on that. And then, I just feel like they're instantly flirting. Like, within half a second of her showing up, she's like, do you want to touch it? And I'm like, wait, what the fuck is she talking about? And, she wants them to touch her tail. And, it's, I don't know. It just the way she says it is very sexual. I don't know. It felt gay to me.
Okay. I'm glad that's not just me who got very strong, it's your first time with a girl vibes from that scene. Because I was like, did they intend for this?
And she was like, oh, it's slimy.
So I was like, I feel a little uncomfortable.
It felt weirdly sexual,
this.
And I was like, aren't they 12? What is happening?
Yeah,
she
and they're like,
on
oh,
hard
I can
and
touch it.
She comes on so strong. I feel like
yes.
they were like, and you know what's so funny? She comes on so strong in the scene, right? And she's just like, I love gummies and I'm a hot mermaid and whatever. She doesn't tell them her name for 20 minutes.
She doesn't tell them her name for ages.
She's like, I'm Aquamarine. Let's do this.
Don't they tell?
the day
I
after.
thought it's
she's
the next day. It's not even the first day that they meet her that she says her name.
The day after, she's like, here's my name.
She's
After
like, I'm a mermaid. Wanna touch my tail? Yeah,
and,
it is slimy.
Arguably her breasts because she doesn't have a shirt on.
She's full on naked.
Straight up naked.
Fully naked.
She's full on naked, being like, check out my body. I've got legs now. Look at my ass.
She was so excited about having feet and a butt. She was like, wow, look at me. I have a butt now. Isn't it cute? And the girls are like,
super
basically it is cute. They're staring at her butt.
Also, the reason that she's there is super gay. We've already talked about it.
Yes.
But she tells them, she's like, I'm here because I ran away from an arranged marriage to a man that I do not want to marry because I believe in love. And I want to find love here. And that's the start of Aquamarine's
There was
journey
one
here.
thing where she was saying I think they said it to her. I can't remember whether it was Claire or Haley that they say, is this your first time ashore?
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. And as we head into Thanksgiving time, I want to start by thanking my wife, Kelsey, who has not only listened to just about every episode of this podcast for 8 seasons now, but who also is the only reason I'm able to make time to record it every week. She takes the kids, gets them dinner, and gets them ready for bed, just so that Ellie and I can come on and yell about gay things into each other's faces for an hour. So here's a reminder to send some thanks to the people you're grateful for in your life, including yourself. I've been in therapy for a long time now, and one thing that's so important about therapy is how it teaches you to be more intentional. And being intentional about gratitude and how to show that to the people you appreciate is just one of the many benefits that I've gotten from therapy over the years. If you've been thinking of starting therapy, consider giving BetterHelp a try. I know how hard it can be to find time for regular therapy, and BetterHelp is designed to be flexible and convenient for your schedule. You can fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. If you want to start being more intentional about gratitude in your life, visit betterhelp.com/Lez Hang Out today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Lez Hang Out.
Lez Hang Out.
For many businesses, the holiday season can be both an exciting and stressful time. With so many balls in the air, one thing you definitely want to know you can rely on is how you're selling your products. And with Shopify, you can rest easy knowing it's the home of the #1 checkout on the planet. Nobody does selling better than Shopify. And when it comes to successful brands like Aloe, Allbirds, or Skims, an often overlooked secret is all the things that go on behind the scenes that make selling and, for shoppers, buying simple. For millions of businesses, if you take a peek behind that curtain, you'll see that Shopify is what makes it all possible. Shop Pay boosts conversions up to 50%, so that's more happy customers and way more sales going. It's true all the time, but especially this time of year, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling, on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout we use for Realm merch with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/realm, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/realm to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/realm. For many businesses, the holiday season can be both an exciting and stressful time. With so many balls in the air, one thing you definitely want to know you can rely on is how you're selling your products. And with Shopify, you can rest easy knowing it's the home of the #1 checkout on the planet. Nobody does selling better than Shopify, and when it comes to successful brands like Aloe, Allbirds, or Skims, an often overlooked secret is all the things that go on behind the scenes that make selling, and for shoppers, buying, simple. For millions of businesses, if you take a peek behind that curtain, you'll see that Shopify is what makes it all possible. Shop Pay boosts conversions up to 50%, so that's more happy customers and way more sales going. It's true all the time, but especially this time of year, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling, on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout we use for Realm merch with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/realm, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/realm to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/realm.
Baking Hershey's Kisses Peanut Butter Blossoms is the perfect way to celebrate the holiday season with friends and family. With their classic, rich, creamy milk chocolate taste, there's no better way to heartwarm the holidays than by baking with Kisses chocolates. Find Hershey's Kisses holiday chocolates at your favorite retailer.
And it's like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
What do you think you're saying?
But that's what I'm
here?
saying. They're so thinly veiled. Like, it's just the amount of times where they're like, "Oh, is this your first time? You've never done this before?" I'm just like, girls.
Like, it felt like something was happening.
Who wrote this script?
Like, is this your first time with a woman?
Is this your first time?
There is some serious sexual tension between the three of them.
Okay, yes.
I also think Raymond is bi, because
no. Listen, we're not at Raymond.
we're not
yet.
at him.
Forget Raymond.
But anyways, yeah. But anyways,
Are we gonna talk about the jumping on the bed scene or not?
Yeah,
Yes.
okay, I'm
not there.
We are all over the place. I feel like we are all feral at
Can
this
I
movie.
talk about-
because
This movie makes me feral. That's what
Can
I'm
I
saying.
talk about
This
when
movie
Aqua
made me
was-
so crazy?
Okay.
Today.
Yes, tell us about the jumping on the bed scene, Ellie.
She's jumping on the bed, and they show Claire and Haley, and their heads are going up and down and up and down and up and down, and they are watching her intently bounce on the bed. Like,
And
that
also, like, isn't she still not? She's wearing a shirt. Like, she's not wearing underpants or anything yet.
Yeah, they say at a certain point that they need to get her undies.
Yeah, she actively doesn't have on
But
any
also,
underwear.
how do they? Well, I guess they knew she didn't have undies, but my interpretation is like they're watching her jump on the bed and they can actually see that she's not wearing underwear. So they're like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Like, she's actively jumping up and down in, like, literally a shirt as a dress, and definitely does not have underwear on. So yeah, I mean, I would assume they can see quite a lot.
Okay, I have another mild tangent to take us down.
Let's go.
Here's the thing, because we were watching this movie and we looked up the girl who plays Aquamarine so many times because we kept being like, why does she look so familiar? Like, who is she reminding us of? And why can't we place her? Because we're looking up, like, we must have gone through her IMDb like 4 times during this movie, being like, no, she has to have been in something that we've seen. She just seems so familiar. And I was thinking about it more today. Here's what I've decided. This is what I think is happening in my brain watching this movie. I feel like I get strong Shelby from the Wilds vibes from this actress, and from Aquamarine as a character. Not just because they look similar enough, but also because there's just something about, like, this whole thing where she's like, I need to fall in love with him. Ah, boy, I'm so
she just picked
excited.
the
That
first
just,
boy
like,
she
feels
saw.
so fucking forced to me to be like, my dad wants me to fall in love, so I pick, close my eyes, that guy. I love him. Oh my god. Ah! And I'm like, that is very transparent, fully see-through of just like, you have zero interest in that man. You're just like, how much can I force feigned interest and excitement in like some dude? Just like fucking throw a dart in the direction, and whatever man it hits, that's who I'm falling in love with today. And like that felt very Shelby to me as well. You know, to just be like, I have to do this for my daddy to make him see what love is, right?
Yes.
They're also
that's my other gay tangent about her.
Also, Sarah Paxton has been in like a million things.
Nothing that I have seen her in, though.
Really?
Like, that's what was driving us crazy.
Yeah, she was like a huge Disney star.
I know.
And then she was also in Sydney White, which is hilarious.
Oh, you know what?
Haven't
She's the
seen
girl
it,
that
though.
they tried to replace Marnie with, isn't she?
Yeah, and the new Halloween Town.
That like really threw me off. when they
Have
did
not
that.
seen either Halloween Town.
What?
Yes.
I'm sorry. Listen, this is what I'm saying. Like, I scrolled through her
that's
thing
illegal.
so many times, and there was nothing in there
As
that
a
I have
Halloween
seen her
gay,
in.
it's illegal
This-
that you haven't seen.
I do feel like
feel like it's
Aquamarine is her most iconic role, though. Like, she will forever be known as this mermaid, I think.
But
this
also,
is her-
she
Okay.
looks like Shelby and had similar vibes, and I think that's what was throwing both Kelsey and I off. That's
Yes.
my decision of like what I think I'm remembering her in.
Yes.
So
But
I like that the girls give her, I don't know, like they give her kind of a nickname because they call her Aqua sometimes, but they also call her Fish Butt, like in a really like adorable, like, oh, we're teasing you kind of way. And I just feel like that, I don't know, like they seem really into the fact that nicknames mean something. So I don't know.
Yeah.
And they're always like kicking.
And also they can't stop thinking about her butt.
They're also
What?
always kicking her butt. Like they kick each other's butts a lot. And I don't really know what that's about, but it's interesting that they do that. And I really liked when they're all on the bicycles and Aqua's riding on the bike handles because, like, how is that not like a thing couples do? Like, that's a thing couples do.
Oh, it's so coupley.
I've never seen
It's
someone
super cute.
platonically ride on someone's bike handles before.
Yeah.
No.
Also, sorry, while we're talking about their bikes, can we also talk about the fucking like dyke wheels that Haley's sporting? Like, that is a gay bike. I'm sorry.
Everything about Haley is so gay. So gay.
I mean, like, just everything. Everything about her just keeps getting gayer.
Also, if we're going to keep talking about Aquamarine, right? I know, obviously, there's that thing where, like, at sunset, she turns back into a mermaid. But,
Yeah.
like, besides that, Haley and Claire just, like, stare at her while she's dating Raymond, right? Like,
Yeah.
they're on her ass, just, like, watching.
24/7.
Like,
Stare.
they're, like, they're voyeuristic towards her. Like, wish they were on these dates, not because of Raymond, but because of Aquamarine.
Because of her.
Oh, for sure.
But then I feel like they also, like, are way too excited to take her away from the dates. Like,
Yes.
every time they're like,
They're
"The
like,
sun!
it's
Oh
time
God,
to go.
come on, girl. We gotta-"
Quick.
Yeah. Get out as fast as you can. Like, she probably could have stayed and kissed him.
Feel like they
Run,
freak
bitch,
out.
run!
Yeah.
They see like even the inkling of a sunset and they're like, we gotta go. We gotta
Yeah.
get Aqua and get out.
They're like, it's just a shadow, like a cloud passes in front of the sun, and they're like, go.
It's literally like a large bird, just kind of like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Also, sorry, I lied. I have another ridiculous Aqua tangent to take us on. Okay. Ellie's gonna love this one too, because I just need to bring up Taylor Swift really fast.
Great.
Okay, so if anyone also had a lot of Gaylor TikToks show up on their For You page when Midnight's dropped, you might be familiar with the whole theory about like the color purple and the importance of the color purple
Lavender
as like a
specifically.
queer yeah, well, and as a queer flagging system. And so there's like one of them, I can't remember which song it is for, one of the music videos where she gets like hit by an arrow and there's like purple like bleeding out of her like shoulder or something, whatever. I'm just gonna say that there's the first when we get introduced to Aqua's finger scales.
Oh yeah, the finger scales. And they're purple.
The finger scales, yes, and they turn purple. And she's like, I've never even seen that color before. Like, I didn't know they could be that color. And with like her purple fingers, and I'm like, you're fucking gay, bitch. Like, I'm sorry, this is not subtle. We're flagging right now. Like, that's what we're doing. Yeah, she's like,
it's weird. Ever since I met you two, my fingers just
my
started
finger scales just started
they're
turning
a different
purple.
color. I've never
Weird.
seen them this color. And okay, sorry, not to like jump the gun to the end. But they turn that color again at the end anyways. It's very, very gay, and I just thought it was so funny that they were like, what color should we make her nails for the color of love?
And of course, it's the gayest color they could choose.
It's the gayest color.
The literal gayest color.
Yeah, like, just love that.
Why do you people think I have purple hair? Like, I'm trying to flag that I'm gay.
This is intentional.
Trying to tell people. They know there's a lot of times when people don't know, so you gotta tell them somehow.
She's like, what could it mean? It means you're gay.
You're gay, honey.
So, that is also so funny because she says it's because of Raymond, but it happens again at the end without Raymond.
It happens at the end without him.
Exactly. Gay. So there's that. Also, while we're on colors, I just have to call out Haley for immediately also getting blue streaks in her hair. Like,
it was so cute. It was so
sweetie.
Cute. And like their little matching outfits and their little matching hair.
Oh my God. I cannot. She's like, please wear my t-shirt. Let me get my hair like you.
I'm very intrigued by I really liked how when Aqua went to the mall, like her favorite store was the vintage clothing store because that's like very lesbian of her.
Yes. Like, she's like, let's go thrifting.
She's like really into thrifting.
That is so true.
She's been on
she's like, I hate all these other mainstream stores.
She's had a human body for like 4 seconds and she already knows that she prefers thrifting.
Yes. This is a Haley and Aquamarine thing, but when Aquamarine is in the bathtub.
Oh my gosh, yes. And Haley ends up in the bathtub and now they're just both in the bathtub.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's a thing.
Also, why was Haley in the bathroom with her
beforehand
to begin with? She's sitting
just
there
chilling. Do you not chill with your friends while they're in the bath, Ellie?
I have very rarely.
There's something very gay about eating ice cream together in a bath.
What was the other movie that we did where they're chilling in the bathroom?
I remember that.
It was the boarding school one.
The boarding school one with Juno Temple.
Wasn't Emma? Wait, hold on. Was Emma Roberts in that one too?
Was Emma Roberts in that? That's
I think
that's
she
what literally
was.
is just coming into my head.
I genuinely think she was.
That's so funny.
Because
what fucking movie was that? Why can't I think of Wild Child?
That was her. So she's just always hanging. I guess she just really likes to be in movies where you hang out in bathtubs. I don't know.
Just casually hanging out in the bath with my friends.
Totally just basic platonic casual friend stuff, you know?
Like you do.
Like you do.
And then too, the fact that she feels the need to jump into the bath to be her legs. Girl, all you had to do, nobody has their legs hanging out of a bathtub. She could just bring her tail in and nobody would have thought anything. But she's like, oh, I have an idea. Let me get under the bath. Let me completely submerge my head. Yeah, let me completely put my head under the water as close to your body as possible.
Like, what was she doing under there? We don't know.
Yeah.
I also think it's so funny that Ray walks in to a bathroom with just Aqua ostensibly in a bath. Right? And he's like, oh, better clear out. And then when Claire and Haley are like hiding in the room and like listening to them have their little conversation and then they walk right back in, like Haley is in a bathrobe with her hair up in a towel and so is Aqua. Like they're both in little bathrobes and he is just like not sus at all.
It doesn't occur to him that that's weird. Like
nothing to question here. Yeah, you're just both wearing bathrobes. As one would expect of good friends.
Because good friends always take baths together.
Sure. Normal stuff.
Maybe boys think girls take baths together. Maybe they think that.
He probably does.
I mean, lesbians do.
I mean, yeah, but like... I mean...
Straight girls.
Oh my God.
Straight girls...
Should not.
Yeah, if you think you're straight, probably don't be naked in a tub with your best friend. But, I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
Or do.
I am now ready to talk about the ending.
Wait, am I ready to talk about the ending?
What? Well,
I had one more thing to say.
Okay, one more thing.
Okay, so you know how I just feel like because Aqua, like the whole thing that starts this is because Aquamarine saw Claire's parents like be in love a lot on their ship, and that sends her on this like, oh my gosh, love is real. Let's go on a journey to find love thing. And, like, that's what starts off the whole thing. And then she just happens to wash into a pool that just happens to be Claire. Like, that's some soulmate level shit. Like, I'm sorry. That is a soulmate level connection.
True.
Like, that is written in the stars. Like, you can't tell me that that's not soulmate level shit.
I love it. That's so true. They're meant to be.
Like, they're literally fated. Claire's parents' love brought Aqua to Claire and Haley.
Claire and Haley's love saves Aqua.
And Claire and Haley's love saves Aqua.
So, okay, so let's talk about this scene at the end. So, Cecilia shows up, pushes her in the water. Daddy Merman is like, grr, storm clouds, right? Ray is obviously like, I'm gonna go get something to keep me safe, right?
He's like, I'm not gonna just jump
my flotation device.
Yeah, and the girls are just like, fuck that. We're in the water. Like, we are in that water so fucking fast. Even Clarity Cat.
They hold hands and jump into the water together.
It was so beautiful.
Cannot.
And Claire has been terrified of the water this entire film. Like, terrified. We have seen her scream and cry because a man was throwing her into the water. We have seen her not want to get on a dolphin with the love of her life because she's too scared. We have seen her so many things, fall into the pool, and when she first sees Aquamarine, like, we know this girl is terrified.
She won't go in the water for anything, but she will go in the water for Aquamarine.
Yep. Will go in the water for Aqua.
Only with her best friend.
And only because she believes that I think she really trusts that Haley, like, will never let anything bad happen to her.
They swim out to this buoy. They're like, we are going to save you. Like, we're going to do this. And why? Because we love you, Aqua.
I love when she's like, I don't get it. Why would you do this for me? Like, you guys jumped in here. It's so dangerous. Why would you risk your lives? Like, why would you do that? And they go, well, it's just something I would do for her. And I know she would do it for me. And we do it for you because we do it for each other because we love each other. And we do it for you because we also love you.
And I love how they're like, oops, we made a throuple. So we didn't realize.
They're like, oh, wait,
but we did.
We're all in love.
And then fucking Aqua is like, I didn't realize you leak when you're happy too. And it's her little fucking happy love tear drops in the water, and immediately her dad is like, that's fucking gay as shit. Like, he's like, I know what that tear is. It is homosexual tendencies. Cut the storm, everyone.
He's like, never mind.
And like the storm immediately disappears, and she's like, I love you too. I'd circle the world for you too.
Yeah, she goes, I'd circle the world for you too. And I love you guys too. And it's
also,
just
I would
so
like
cute.
to say, they were trying to get Raymond to say I love you, right? Their whole thing was like, we need Raymond to say I love you. And then he's like, it's a little too soon, you know, like, I really
not for
I
lesbians,
really like you. But
not.
yeah, for these two gay bitches, they're like,
no, I love you. So it's been 3 days. Like, I know for a fact.
Haley's like, I literally have a U-Haul parked in front of my house right now.
She's
bitch.
like, come to
I'm
Australia.
ready.
Like, literally come live with me.
Yeah.
Yep.
She's like, I'm so ready. I also love that even after they do that, when they're like, oh my God, I'd circle the world for you two. I'll come see you in Australia. Oh my God, let's make plans. I love you two so much. We all love each other. And then she hops on that board with Ray, and she's like, maybe I'll see you in Fiji sometime. He has no actual concrete plans to be in Fiji, right? She's not even like, I'll come visit you next week.
Like, she could come back. There's nothing stopping her from coming back.
Nothing. She's like, you're right here. I know where you live. And she's like, I'll see you in Fiji, maybe.
Yeah, like,
it's the most non-committal,
maybe we
like,
get together.
That's what I say when I have
sometime.
no intention of seeing someone again. Like,
yes, it's for sure. It's like I'll call you, right?
You will not.
Like, that's what it is.
I'll swim to you sometime.
And they then proceed to have the worst fucking kiss I've ever seen. I'm sorry.
But also, it wasn't as disgustingly awkward as the cheek kisses he gave the girls. That was
I wrote in my notes.
So weird.
No.
It was the most awkward cheek kiss I have never seen in my entire life. A more awkward cheek kiss.
Oh, it was so uncomfortable. It was so uncomfortable.
I hate it.
So
was
bad.
No reason for that.
No. Okay, also, sorry, her nails turned purple again.
Her finger scales are the love color.
It's very gay. Can we talk about one other? Sorry, I have so many lesbian rabbit holes on this movie. Can we talk about Ray real quick? Do you know what Ray has been in that we do know him from?
What?
He's the ex-boyfriend in Happiest Season. So I would just like to say this man's track
You're
record
kidding me.
of on-screen only dating lesbians.
What?
Just flawless.
Hi.
Flawless.
How did I not notice that? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's
Yes,
so
he's
funny.
Yeah,
Connor.
he plays the ex in
Oh my
Happiest
gosh.
Season. And I'm just like, sir, you just apparently are typecast as man who dates girls before they realize they're gay.
He is that look.
He okay, so I also do think Raymond is like bi because the girls say that like there's some guys that are also into Raymond, and I think I see Raymond as like being on, like I feel like he'd go for it. I feel like he would.
Oh yeah.
But also I really like that Aqua gives them the starfish and then each of them take one, and it was just so cute, and then they can all be, I don't know, I feel like they're just gonna stay like a little poly cute.
A throuple.
Yeah,
I know.
throuple forever.
They're soulmate throuple. There's
Soulmate
no way
throuple.
around this.
I do feel like Aquamarine is just gonna like come and like transport each of them. Like it's like, oh, how will we visit? And Aquamarine's like, come on,
Just come on, just
like,
grab her.
Takes the dolphins. And like
She
that's
just
how
gets
they
on.
travel.
She gets on her fin and she just like goes.
Yeah. Sounds right. But yeah, I mean, this entire movie, it is a gay love story.
I think all the mean girls, like Cecilia and every single girl in that car, are also gay.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
100%. Yeah, sorry. My last note was a shout out to Jenna. I don't remember what her name is supposed to be in this movie. Jenna and the other girl in the car when they steal Cecilia's car, and they're just like, their looks of absolute unhinged glee, and they're just like, let's take this car. And I'm like, where are you going? And
What are you
to
doing?
do what, ladies? Like,
They're like, we're finally alone.
Yeah, I was
Yes,
like,
literally.
they're dating.
yeah, I'm like, they're taking that car to go like neck somewhere. They're like, what's the makeout spot? We've got the car. Like, they
Yeah.
looked so excited. It was a little weird.
Is there anything else you're going to talk about? What about, we haven't really talked about like mermaids as a whole. Like,
I mean, they're gay.
mermaids are gay.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
they're gay.
Mermaids are gay.
I know.
Magic is gay. I mean, they even said they did magic it. I mean, they're praying to the god of hurricane. Like, I feel like who does that? Like lesbians. Like, there's no straight people aren't doing that. Like,
Yeah.
and then mermaids
Very-
in particular are incredibly gay because I mean, like their whole thing is just
Gay
very
vibes all
gay.
around.
Anything else? I mean, like I said, this movie really like,
I just
I
think it's
was
very
losing
interesting
it.
that they, like, in theory, Aqua's parents, like mermaids in theory don't have love, but like maybe they do. They just only have gay love and just they don't know. So now Aqua can go back and tell them like, hey, you guys, I figured it out.
gay
Like, how
love,
many more
gay
people-
love is okay.
How many more mermaids are going to
Yeah.
figure it out now that she goes back to her pod and is like, hey, by the way, we had it wrong.
Just
It was gay
incredible.
love all along.
It was gay love that we needed the whole time.
Yep. I mean, I think we can all agree. Aquamarine.
Should have been gay.
Should have been gay.
Okay, who
Oh,
are we
man, that was
shipping?
so fucking
Who I mean, this is a stupid question. Who's our ship?
Haley and
Haley
Claire.
and Claire.
Okay. So let's start with the two of them at the beginning of the movie. What's our ship name for them? Claylee?
Claylee?
yeah.
Claylee.
Or Haley Cat.
Oh, Haley
that's
Cat's
cute.
We also have to do a throuple name, though.
Claire, Haley, and Aquamarine.
Yeah.
Claylee Marine.
Claylee Marine. Aqua Lily. Aqualee.
Aquarily.
Aquarily, I like that.
That's cute because it kind of sounds like
Aquarius.
Aquarius. It's like, it's
Right?
giving Zodiac.
Love it. What about the three mean girls?
Well, there's 4 of them, though, because the thing is there's Cecilia, there's Sierra and Jenna, and then there's whoever the girl is that Jenna steals the car with.
No?
There's another girl? I
There's-
thought there were
There's
only
another
3.
girl. No, there's a different girl that she steals the car with, because it's not Sierra.
Oh.
Yeah, she steals the car with someone named Patty.
Patty? Who the heck is Patty?
I don't know.
I don't know her.
Cecilia, Ginny, Marjorie? Is that the
Oh,
other
yeah,
one?
there is a Patty.
And Patty.
I'm looking at the cast right now. There's a Patty. I don't know her.
Yeah.
All right, I'm just going to call them the mean
She's
girls.
the one in the car. Yeah, the Mean Girls is fine. I think that's good. No, I don't know. There's one ship in this movie. Well, I guess two. There's the Claire Haley at the beginning and the throuple at the end.
That's it.
That's kind of it for me.
All right, you ready for our Q and Gay? Let's do it.
I'm so ready.
Q and Gay.
Question number 1. Where did you spend your summers? A, the mountains. B, the beach. C, the city. Or D, the farm?
The beach.
What beach?
Good answer.
Nothing exciting.
Just curious. That's all.
Some beach in New Jersey.
Nice. So the Jersey Shore.
Yeah, basically.
Question 2. What is the gayest thing that Haley does out of A, jump in the tub, B, Clarity Cat, C, her clothes, or D, Cecilia's boobs?
That's hard. I'm gonna say jump in the tub because I just can't imagine having the thought to do that. Like, what? I just don't think that would ever be something I would think to do.
I mean, they're all such good answers. It's hard to choose.
So gay. All right, question number 3. Who is the gayest out of A, Haley, B, Claire, C, Raymond, or D, Aquamarine?
Oh, wow. Wow. It's definitely either Haley or Aqua. I'm gonna have to say Haley, just because we have more proof. Like, we've seen her room. Like, we don't know really a lot about Aqua, like, when she's back with her, like, mer people. And I feel like we've seen a lot of why Haley is so queer.
So true. Clearly we need a sequel. Give us the sequel.
Yeah, I want to see, like, when Aqua goes back to her dad and, like, then they find out that gay people exist, so that, like, I mean, that's pretty exciting.
And she gets into an arrarranged marriage with a woman.
Yeah.
Like, no,
yes.
you missed
She's
the point.
like, you missed it. You tried so hard. You're closer. But still.
Okay, question 4, Kristin. Who's your favorite mermaid out of A, The Little Mermaid, B, Aquamarine, C, Kristin Sparkle, you may have heard of her, or D, Mermista?
Oh, man. I mean, I feel like I want to choose Mermista, but I feel like I also should say myself, but also both.
It's a tough call.
It's really hard. I don't know, you guys. I really like Mermista a lot, but I also...
You can pick both.
I
you
also
can pick
like
both.
me.
You can pick both, yes. All right, question number 5. What would be your go-to flirting move? A, the fluff and retreat. B, the laugh and pass. C, the call and hang up. Or D, drive by.
It's the laugh and pass for me, I feel like.
The laugh and pass is like the least effective one always in every piece of media ever.
I know, but it's also the least terrifying to do. Like, I feel like I could do that without, like, feeling like a complete moron. Like, if I actually went up and tapped someone and started saying, like, I'd have to go up and compliment them and then just run away? Like, that's like so bizarre to me. I can't imagine doing that.
The fluff and retreat is good.
I love the idea that there's a call and hang up when that as a concept must be so unfamiliar to teenagers of today. Yeah. Where it's like, because that's like a relic. Yeah, that's a relic of a time when like landlines existed and people did not have caller ID immediately.
I hadn't even thought
and I
of
just
that.
love that.
Like, it didn't occur to me that, like, if you were watching this now and you, like, didn't grow up then, you would, like, that's weird.
Yeah. Or when you used to do a prank call and you had to do, because then caller ID did exist.
And you had to dial a certain thing.
Yeah, was it like *69 or something, right?
No, *69 was to redial someone.
There was something where you
could block your number so that it wouldn't show up.
But it wasn't *69. *69 was redial.
Anymore because I'm that old, but I know that we would do it. We'd be like, oh, let's prank them.
But I know I have, like, called someone before and hung up. Like, I've definitely done that.
A crush?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Did you also scream and throw your phone out the window?
No.
And completely smash the glass of your parents' house?
Yeah.
Bad. All right. Well, this movie has been delightfully unhinged and gay.
Yes.
Thank you, Kristin, for hanging out with us tonight.
Thank you for having me. I was very excited to talk about this very gay mermaid because as a gay mermaid, what could be better?
Mm-hmm.
Kristin, remind our listeners, if they have forgotten, where they can find you.
Yes, so I am on everything as the real K Sparkle, in case anyone is trying to be K Sparkle and isn't me. I'm the real one.
With the real K Sparkle, please stand up. It's going to be difficult.
Yeah,
You're wearing
I genuinely can't.
Yeah. Don't know if she can.
I mean, I can, but it's not easy. It's a whole situation.
There you go.
But yeah, you can find me there. I'm also behind the scenes at Lez Hang Out pod, and
Yay.
I usually, oftentimes, the one answering the messages. So you probably will speak to me at some point if you ever message us.
Amazing.
Yay. Thank you so much. It's been so fun.
Yay.
Let me hear you say hip, 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 well, yeah.
We love hearing from all of you. We love continuing to build this community. So we just want to shout out some of our favorite things every episode. And we want to start by shouting out a Twitter user, the Aces of Spade, who had shouted out about our episode on The Handmaiden and how they had listened to it with their girlfriend and how much they loved the movie and having a blast. And listen, we are just here to tell you, if you ever sit and listen to our episodes all coupled up and just please always tell us about it.
We want to hear it.
Yeah, that's what we want. That's the content we crave, okay?
Yes. Also, want to shout out Kendra, who sent us the most lovely email. The subject line was, "Thank you for being a friend." Yes, Golden Girls, here for it. And just saying how much she has enjoyed the podcast for over the past 5 years, how it has influenced even some of her life. She decided to be a music teacher and go back to school because of the show. So we're so happy for you, Kendra. Thank you for being a listener, and thank you for being our friend. Even though we can't see you, we are there with you every single week in your ears. So that makes us happy.
It's just, gosh, we've gotten some really great emails lately, and they're just great. They're great.
I know.
It means so much, and we really can't overstate how much it really does mean to us to get these.
Especially when we we just keep, I mean, I say this every time, but we do make this show in a vacuum. As much as I would continue to make this show if 0 people listen to it, because I get to talk to Leigh and it's fun. But getting to know that we make the show, we put it out there, and you hear it and it impacts you, it just makes a huge difference.
It's incredible. So please don't anyone ever feel weird if you want to email us and tell us that. It doesn't make us feel weird. It's great.
Amazing, actually. It's
yes.
Makes our whole life. So
God, email us more, everyone. Listen, all of you. Gosh.
Yes.
As always, we also want to thank all of our Lesbian Jesus patrons: Mark Foster,
Tanya Ferguson,
Sarah and Julia,
Alana Rosen,
Lizette Stye,
Katie Benitez,
Fiona W.,
and Sophia Phillips.
And our King Princess patrons, Amy and Ellen,
Leah Henley,
Andrea Doucette,
and Julia Gonzalez. Thank you all so much. We could not continue to keep making this show without you all.
Remember, you can also find us on all the social medias. We are on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok at Lez Hang Out Pod.
You can email us at lezhangoutpod@gmail.com, just like Kendra.
Or you can check out our website at lezhangoutpod.com.
Whatever app you use for podcasts, make sure you subscribe so you'll be the first to know when new episodes drop.
We also have videos going up on our YouTube channel, so you can subscribe at youtube.com/lezhangoutpod to catch them.
Lez Hang Out is an independently produced show hosted by us with audio production by myself. Our production assistant is Kristin Murison, and Twitter shenanigans by Leigh Holmes Foster.
If you want to help support our little independent team, the easiest thing to do is leave us a rating and a review. It helps new people find the show, and we love reading your reviews.
If you want to support us on Patreon, you can do that at bit.ly/lespatreon. You get bonus episodes. We have lots of bonus episodes up right now. Our last one is for Everything Everywhere All at Once. If you want to do a little listen before the Oscars, you can do that at bit.ly/lespatreon.
If you want to get some Lez Hang Out merch, all of our designs are up in our TeePublic. You can get them on all sorts of things like t-shirts and tank tops and sweatshirts and totes and all sorts of good stuff. You can find all of that at bit.ly/lezshop.
And remember, we have a queer production company making queer podcast musicals with guaranteed happy endings that you can find everywhere at Dollar Bean Prod.
You can also check out our website at dollarbeanproductions.com.
You can listen to all episodes of our first show, The Flame, on any podcasting app.
And if you want to help support us in making more of those musicals, you can join our Patreon at bit.ly/dollarbeanpatreon.
If you want to follow us individually, you can find me at Ellie Brigida on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok.
And you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at LSH Foster.
With that, I'm Ellie.
And I'm Leigh. And let's hang out again soon.
Let's hang out.
Ladies and gentlemen.
What are you doing?
What do you mean?
Just keep it simple.
I'm making the promo.
Just keep it simple. Just say, hey, we're the Brav Bros. 2 guys that talk about Bravo.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're the Brav Bros.
No.
Oh.
Dude, stop with the voice. Just keep it simple.
I've seen promos on TV, dude. This is how you get the fans engaged. This is how you get listeners. We're trying to get listeners here. If we just say, oh, we're 2 dudes that talk about Bravo, people are going to get tired of it already. We need some oomph.
All right, then fine. Let's try to do it with your voice.
Brav Bros.
Good job.